let me set the scene. It is early, the user is just waking up, and like almost all of us, the first thing they want to do is to check their phones. They tap their app and it loads, or maybe it doesn't. And this tiny delay, like a failed API call, like a problem with the release, can get the user very frustrated. And they didn't have their coffee yet. Now let's flip to another side. Engineers, product owners, support, they're all trying to understand what went wrong. And without the observability, you're just guessing. Was it a network issue? Was it a backend issue? Or maybe it's a third-party dependency? Yeah, my name is Yulia. As I mentioned, I work as a pre-sales engineer in Datadog. I have a background in software engineering, and the last 5 years I'm in more monitoring and observability space. So let's go back to our example. Currently, like all the applications that are modern are very complex because there could be lots of microservices, third-party APIs. The teams are very distributed, and there could be lots of things that go wrong. And at the same time, the customer, if something goes wrong, they don't complain, they just leave. And hence the business starts losing like the revenue and also user trust. And this is where monitoring and observability becomes super important. As I mentioned, monitoring and observability often used interchangeably, but they are not the same. So monitoring is about watching the things, the signals you know, signals such as CPU, memory, error rates. So basically, what you do, you set up thresholds, and then you put in alerts, and then when something goes wrong, you get notified. I do really like this analogy, like as these speed cameras, because when you put the speed cameras, you put it on specific area. You you check which speed you want to be on alerted on. But if somebody speed it speed it up outside of these cameras, basically you wouldn't know. So hence the monitoring works only for kind of knowns. And this is where observability comes into place. So basically, observability doesn't replace monitoring. Observability is kind of extra layer. And with observability, what you do, you take all the different telemetry that the application is producing, logs, metrics, traces, and this helps you to answer the question, why is this happening? So if we look at this iceberg, so the monitoring will be on top. So basically, we can monitor for CPU usage, errors, any additional parameters, and the observability will be beneath. So um, like monitoring, so basically you can see that monitoring and observability come in hand into hand. And observability is very critical when you're dealing with complex system, when you can't just set thresholds for the known issues. So what is the OpenTelemetry and why it is such a hot topic? And OpenTelemetry basically is a summary of all these things. So first of all is collection of APIs and SDKs. It's also set semantic convention and that defines what they like how telemetry should look like. And also its collection of tools such as OpenTelemetry collector and operator to manage and route that telemetry. Also, it's important to remember that OpenTelemetry is vendor neutral, and this is how it is increasing the popularity, because it doesn't matter which backend you're using. Are you using are you sending the data to Prometheus, to Datadog, to New Relic? It's all vendor agnostic. At the same time, I just want to highlight that OpenTelemetry is not just like a nice, fancy idea. It is one of the fastest growing open source projects. And you can see that it's almost on par with Kubernetes. And what it means that lots of companies, vendors, and individuals are actively contributing and improving this project, because the pain is real. It's fragmented telemetry, and by having everything in one place with consistent telemetry, it's it just makes everything easier to troubleshoot, to understand the health, performance, and reliability. Here, just a few slides. You can see that there is a lot of active contributor to OpenTelemetry project, and at the same time, it's not just individuals. You can see that these big companies are interested in help promoting this project and help with standardization as well. So it's OpenTelemetry is a huge focus. And OpenTelemetry, or you can say OTel for short, basically it focuses on four things. First is to generate the telemetry, then to collect, manage, and export telemetry. And it is important to understand that OpenTelemetry is not it's not a backend. It's just a pipeline, and you can use any backend for the OpenTelemetry. So OpenTelemetry, it will not store or visualize your data. So why OpenTelemetry is so popular? And the first one, the first one is. Sorry, I'm just why OpenTelemetry? Yeah, so I think we covered this, and the reasons is data portability. The main reason is data portability, data flexibility, and open source as a cultural choice. So basically, what you can do, you can with OpenTelemetry, for example, you use one backend and you decide to switch it, so there is no vendor lock-in. At the same time, what you can do is, let's say, send logs to one backend and send metrics to another backend. So again, you have this flexibility. And of course, open source is popular, so OpenTelemetry could be a natural choice for this reason as well. And what are the types that OpenTelemetry produce? So this is the same data types that you would be familiar with. So first one is the traces. So the trace help you to track your request from track your request through different services. And with the help of the trace, you can quickly understand where was the problem, where was this slowdown. And at the same time, you can see which service was affected as well. And each part of the trace is called spans. So spans will be like a small part of the trace. Another signal that is collected is called metrics, and basically, what metrics is quantitative measurement recorded at the runtime. So it could be like a counter, it can be gorgeous, a histogram. All these types are supported with OTel. And it is really great. Metrics are really great to track like historical behavior over time and see how particular metric was behaving over, let's say, like a few months or a few days as well. At the same time, logs, I guess it's the type of telemetry data that most of us are the most familiar with, and at the same time, logs are the most detailed. So OpenTelemetry can collect logs as well. And the latest edition is profiling. And what profiling does is able to show which functions at the runtime, which functions using the most CPU, the most memory, and which methods are blocking each other. So basically, it's kind of like one more step down with the profiling. And um, and this is the case with the profiler. Some companies they have donated some of the instrumentations to OpenTelemetry as well. Okay, so you would ask me like, so how do we start using it? Which languages is supported? How widely OpenTelemetry is being instrumented? And as you can see, like lots of languages are supported. And today we're talking about .NET, and great news for the .NET. The .NET Tracer is in really in quite mature state. You can see that traces, metrics, and logs are all stable. So this means that you can start using OpenTelemetry. It's production ready. It will not have like that many major changes, and yeah, basically it's ready to be used. Okay, so the next question would be, um, now we understand the importance of the observability and monitoring. We understand the what's the difference between them. We understand how OpenTelemetry is important, and then the next logical step would be to start using OpenTelemetry and start the instrumentation. So there are few ways how you can how you can do the instrumentation. First one is the manual, then with libraries instrumentation, and then there is a zero code instrumentation. And of course, there is bonuses, benefits, and also the trades off for each of them. So the first one is manual instrumentation, and this is where you can get all the control of what you want to capture. You decide what spans to create, what attributes you want to attach, and basically it just gives you full control, and it is very intentional. And here I just put a simple, simple example how you can start doing the manual setup. The second way is to do instrumentation with the libraries, and there is literally like lots of different libraries that are available. It was like more than 100 for the .NET, and you can see on these screenshots some very common libraries that you can just start using them and get this get the output straight away without writing the code. So there is another option. And there is a third option, and the third option is just zero code instrumentation. And basically, it's really good for getting started because you will just need to write one command and have like environment variables, and basically that's it. You don't need to change your code, and it's very easy to start with the this zero code instrumentation. So here is a quick example. All this example actually I took from documentation. So if you go in to hotel main website, it has lots of very thorough documentation, and at the same time it has also like a lab that I would recommend to try as well. And the lab basically it's lots of microservices in different languages, so it's just a really good way to kind of get your hands dirty with open telemetry. Okay, and the most impressive thing here is also that you can use zero-code instrumentation to instrument application at scale. So, for example, if you like in a like enterprise company, you don't want to ask like every team to follow the guidance. What you can do, you can just do it on like +1 level and have the automatic injection of OpenTelemetry, and you can have like developer free setup, and just to make sure that everything is just to make sure, and it will guarantee that everything is instrumented as needed. Okay, so here I just put a few examples of the dashboard. What maybe like the first step could look like. What metrics you want to like start pulling from your environment, and this was done um, basically this was done with like all out of the box stuff. But at the same time, we understand that, okay, out of the box is good, is easy to start, is easy to instrument, but it might not give you this like visibility and granularity that you need. For example, if you work for e-commerce shop, perhaps you might want to keep monitoring like the amount that the customer put in basket, or what is the total revenue of the website in a day, etc. So all of these like metrics will not come out of the box. So what you need to do is to do the custom instrumentation. So for example, here we have instrumented what was like the payment currency, what are the types of like different payment, etc., etc. So basically, what I'm saying that you don't need to choose either one or another. What you can do is to combine, let's say, start as out of the box, and then instrument like a few additional bits that is valuable for your team or your company. Okay, now just wanted to walk you quickly through like OpenTelemetry components, and um, the first one is OpenTelemetry Collector. And what it is a vendor agnostic way to receive, process, and export telemetry data. And what we see here is that you export the metrics, logs, and like traces all the data from the application. You send it to OpenTelemetry collector, and then it will send it to any backend of your choice. And here again is important that the backend could be anything. Um, so you are not you basically you can choose just whatever works for you and your team. At the same time, if we look a bit deeper into collector, we can see the three main functions that collector can do. First, it receives the data, then it processes the data, and then it is able to export the data to this observability backend. So it is quite like smart and functional, and it can receive the data from different sources, whether it is like API calls, databases, containers, any request. So it has ability to grab the data from all the different data sources. At the same time, once you have all the data, what you want to do, you might want to filter, the modify, enrich or sanitize this information. For example, for the logs, you might want to remove some sensitive data from the logs before you send it over. Or I have seen customers like with OpenTelemetry, they might want to use the batching before they send it further away. Okay, and the exported is the last one that helps to send the information to different backends. And as I mentioned, you can send, let's say, logs to one place, metrics to another place, or you can for example, split the logs. Uh, that have different types to different systems. It's all very customizable and it's all possible. It's all possible as well. Okay, it can get even more complex. So you can have different pipelines for different types of data and do the data more granularly. So again, there is Hotel Collector has ability to do so as well. Okay, and this is like the full this is the full picture. So Open Collector will sit in between the application and the backend, and it's very powerful to receive the information, to pre-process and export it further. And um, what the companies were doing before the open telemetry, or what are the other options if, for example, your company is not ready for open telemetry. So there are quite a few commercial solutions, and we usually Gartner, who is publishing like Magic Quadrant every year, is putting this solution across across this diagram. So, if, for example, OpenTelemetry, you're not ready for it, or it doesn't fulfill your needs, there's quite a lot of commercial solutions as well. But at the same time, commercial solutions started to understand that OpenTelemetry is a big focus, and it's a choice for many companies, especially going forward. So many of the vendors, what they do, they support OpenTelemetry, and they also treat OpenTelemetry as like a first-class citizen. So what it means that wherever you are using the collector from the vendor, or you use OpenTelemetry, you will have the same experience inside the tool. So basically, at the same time, you don't need to choose. Why not have it all together? Okay. And just looking, I think it's my last slide.